this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be Crabitat deep cleaning. So let's get started. So in this video I will be showing you and talking to you step by step how I clean my Crabitat. So here we go. So as you guys can see the title of this video is going to be all about the Hermit Crabs and also their Crabitat. So here we go. Now, as you guys can see, I have a 20-gallon long Hermit Crab tank, or another way of saying it is a Crabitat. And I have a total of 5 Hermit Crabs in this tank. 3 of them are purple pinchers, and 2 of them are Ecuadorian Hermit Crabs. And if you guys look on the left side, on the top where the branch is, you would actually see one of my Ecuadorian Hermit Crabs walking around right now, and that is my Hermit Crab that is an Ecuadorian, and his name is Coconut, and he's absolutely one of my wonderful Ecuadorian Hermit Crabs, and he's probably about a small to about medium-sized Hermit Crab. And so as you guys can see, I will be showing you guys everything inside of my Hermit Crab tank and taking it out and showing you guys what I do and how I clean this tank. Also, I don't clean my Crabitat tank like I used to. I used to do it once a month, really deep clean it, but I try to leave the Hermit Crabs alone. I don't bother them as much as I used to. So I try to stay away for at least 2 to 3 months and then go ahead and deep clean their Crabitat. Now, the last time I have done this is probably when we moved, and that was back on the end of December. So if you count January, February, and March that we are in right now, that is pretty much 3 months, and that's the way I wanted to go. Now, since I'm doing it in March, I probably will wait maybe another 2 to 3 months again to deep clean it. The only thing I do within those 3 months is just a small cleaning, and that will be misting your Crabitat, cleaning and washing out their bowls and giving them fresh food and water. And when I'm saying cleaning and washing out their bowls, I mean just using hot water and using a paper towel to dry them. I do not use soap or anything else on their bowls or even in their Crabitat. So now I'm going to go ahead and just show you a few things that I actually use to clean their Crabitat. And it's basically easy stuff that's probably around your house, or you can just pick up from the dollar store or anything like that. So the very first thing I usually have is this container right here, and this is going to be for putting the Hermit Crabs in there. I usually put them in a box so they have more room to walk around, but I forgot to get one when I was at Dollar Tree. So right now we're just going to use this plastic container, and most of the time they are usually in this when I used to make videos of them. So that would be one thing that you would need. And then also I have a garbage bag right here that is just to put everything that is inside of the tank right here on this, so it doesn't get like sand and dirt all over the floor and stuff like that. And it's just easier for me to clean up after I'm finished. So that is pretty much what you would need. You wouldn't really need anything else besides those 2 items. If you don't have a garbage bag around, you can probably get a box and just lay it out flat and just put the stuff on top of the box. But usually it's easier for the bag because then you can just pick up the sides and then just pick it up, and it's easier just to throw away or get rid of the sand and keep the bag. But other than that, this is what we're going to be doing. And at first I want to go ahead and say that thank you so much for all of you guys that have been watching my videos and subscribing, and also giving all of my videos a big thumbs up. I appreciate you guys so much, and I know it's been a super long time since I made a Hermit Crab tank, and a Hermit Crab video, and I apologize. I have been focused on doing all the other videos and stuff like that, and just never got into going to do the Hermit Crab videos. But I figured since it was time this month to do a Crabitat cleaning, a deep cleaning, I figured this would be a perfect time to go ahead and give you guys a Hermit Crab video, and also show you guys what the Hermit Crabs look like now, since it's been a long time. So thank you guys so much. If you guys are new, welcome to the Dolphin Kitty World family, and thank you so much for just sticking around and watching my other videos. I try to do multiple different videos. I don't like to do the same videos all the time. I have multiple pets and I try to do different videos for you guys because most people like hermit crab videos. Some people like betta fish videos. Some people like goldfish videos, and some people just like those random other videos like dog videos like a Max and other things. So I try to change it up and do different videos for everybody, but I know most of the time hermit crab videos are most popular, and especially on my channel because this is how I started my channel in the first place. But I apologize again, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this hermit crab video. And let's go ahead and get into this deep cleaning, because this is probably going to take me at least an hour to clean, but this video is not going to be an hour, so I just want to let you guys know that. But usually when this size of a tank usually takes me probably about an hour to clean this whole thing and put it back. So let's go ahead and get into it and show you what I'm going to do first. So the very first thing I usually do will be to leave my light on, but I'm going to take off my lid and put it on the side so I can go ahead and get into the Crabitat and go ahead and start taking stuff out. So I'm going to go ahead and do so, and then I will be right back for you guys. Alright guys, so I went on ahead and took off my lid, and then usually I just put the light on the side right here so I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start taking stuff out. So the very first thing I'm going to go ahead and take out will be the water dishes and the food bowls. And then I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Alright, so I have the bowls out, all three of them that are over here. And the next thing I'm going to do is remove some of these plants. So we just got to make sure nobody is actually on them or in them. So this one is pretty much okay. So we got one plant here, and then Coconut kind of like ran when I was taking off the lid, so he was over here somewhere. And then I saw another hermit crab actually. I don't know where that one went, but I think it's down there. But we're gonna go ahead and try to take this off very easily, so just to make sure Coconut is actually not on it. Oh, yes, he actually is on it. So we're going to slowly take it off so I don't freak him out. Alright. There he is. So he's hanging on like crazy. Well, there's Coconut hanging on. So what I'm going to do, since he's on this plant, I'm going to put him in here on this container. I'm going to put him in this container with the plant and keep him over here in the corner for right now until he kind of lets go of it. Once he lets go of it, then I'll go ahead and take it out. But he's pretty much about to come off it in a minute. So there's Coconut. Let's see if I can take it out while he's walking. Alright, there we go. Alright, so there's Coconut. So we got one hermit crab out. And then, so you guys are probably going to see the animals around, like Midnight and Max, because they are very nosy. And most of the time when I have my hermit crabs out, Midnight absolutely loves watching the hermit crabs. So they're probably going to be in this video. And this is all new to Max because he's not used to all this going around. So he's probably going to be very nosy to see what's going on. So do not mind the other animals inside this video. But Midnight's going to do a little babysitting while I get the rest of them out. Alright, so there was another hermit crab, and I think, yep, over there in the corner somewhere. So we'll leave that hermit crab alone for a minute. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is remove this stick. So let's see if we can try to remove this. I usually have it really latched in very tightly to make sure I don't fall for the hermit crabs. Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, so I got the stick out. So we're gonna put that on the side over here. All right, and then the next thing we're gonna go ahead and move will be this cave. So there's the cave. And then this is what the tank looks like so far inside. So we'll see what else we got here going on. So I'm going to slowly move this one because there was a hermit crab. There's one right there. So we're going to slowly move this out. And of course get all the sand all over the place. What we were trying not to do. Alright, so that is pretty much what we have so far out. We have one hermit crab in there. And look, there's all the other ones. So here's two of the purple pinchers. So we're going to go ahead and grab these guys. But that's what they look like. It's a little dry in here. The temperature is about 80, so it's a little dry. So it's overpass due to change this tank out completely. But there is one hermit crab that is a purple pincher, and then the other one. The rest of them, I really don't know their names and who is who because I have not seen them in a while. Like I said, I don't change the hermit crab tank very often. So I would probably have to resex them to see which one is a male and a female and figure out their names from that direction. So, but let's go ahead and take them out and put them in with coconut. So here's one, and then here is two. All right, so we got 3 of them in there. So we just need 2 more, and all of them will be out. So let's see. The next one will be. The next thing will be to gather up all of your shells, and while you're doing this, just to make sure you don't take a hermit crab shell out without being a hermit crab in it. So just always make sure you look inside very well just to make sure there's no hermit crabs in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take a few of them out and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am finished and this is what the tank looks like when it's completely empty without the sand or substrate inside. Here is everything that is out of the tank. So everything is completely out. Hermit crabs are doing well. I have 3 of them here that are actually good. I just put some food in there so they can munch on it while they're in there. Them 3 are doing pretty good. Those are 2 purple pinchers and an Ecuadorian one. Unfortunately, my other Ecuadorian that was in the painted shell, fortunately she did not make it. I knew eventually down the road that I don't think she was going to make it because she had finally molted a while back, and you know, every time they molt usually they grow a little bit bigger, and I knew she was going to have a hard time wanting to change a shell, and I knew eventually it was just going to happen and she was going to eventually pass away because most of Ecuadorian hermit crabs or any kind of hermit crab that is in a painted shell, most of the time they're very stubborn and do not want to change their painted shell and want to move into a nice natural shell like these right here. So I knew down the road eventually it was going to happen, and fortunately I could tell that she looked like she got a lot bigger and the shell was just too small for her, and unfortunately she did not make it. So I knew it was going to happen down the road because I knew she was very stubborn and did not want to change that out of that shell. And this is probably the 3rd time I have had a hermit crab that was in a painted shell, and if they did want to change, they did change and then end up going back into the same painted shell. So it's not surprising to me because I had a feeling it was going to happen down the road, but you know, you got to give them that chance to at least try to have a better life and, you know, adopt them from the pet stores and give them a better home that they are in the pet stores, and try to at least, you know, give them that chance to get out of that shell and have a better life. But unfortunately, she did not. So, but I have 3 over here, and I've got 1 right here. And the reason why I have this one and this one is because this one recently molted, and unfortunately, I think this was the male that I've gotten recently, a while back. Unfortunately, he has 2 legs that are actually missing, and it's the ones over there by where the big pincher is. So he only has 2 of his other legs, and both his pinchers are completely fine. I don't know if he'll come out or not, so we'll see if he'll come out so you guys can actually see. But he did molt. I could tell the coloring on him when he came out. When I just took him out of the tank, I could tell that he had molted recently, and so fortunately he did lose 2 of his legs. But I'm probably going to either isolate him into this little tank, or he should be okay to go into the other tank with the other ones. But I'll probably make that decision on the end of this video just to see. But I'm trying to see if he'll come out so you guys can see what he looks like. But I just want to point out too that when a hermit crab loses a leg or a pincher, most of the time it's after molt. And you know, it's a very stressful time for them to molt, and that's usually why they have to be underground, like of their substrate, and to be nice and dark and quiet for them to not be so stressful. But it is very stressful for them to molt. And sometimes when they get done molting, usually aftermath, sometimes they come out being good and have all the legs and pinchers. And sometimes they will end up either losing a leg or a pincher, or either both, or either or. But it's nothing that you can do. It's just to make sure that they are looking very healthy, and make sure they always have plenty of food and water so they can able to keep their strength up. So the next time they molt, it will most definitely come back. It depends on how stressful they are at that time. But I guess he's not going to come out. So we'll see. Give him a couple more seconds. Alright, well, he's not going to come out, so we're going to go ahead and put him back and leave him alone. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this. So the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and get some water and go ahead and spray down this tank and get this sand and substrate mix with equal earth, completely sand beach-like, and make sure it's pretty well taken care of before I start putting everything back in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you guys can see right now, I've poured some water inside of the Crabitat, and then I also still have some brand new tank sand left over. It's play sand from Lowe's, so I added a little bit of new in there too, so it'll be mixed around with that. So pretty much you just wet it with water and then just mix it around until it looks like beach sand. So it's pretty much simple and easy, but this is what it looks like. So we're going to try to mix it as well as we can. Pretty simple. Just get all the dry sand up and make it look nice and thick like beach sand. So that's what it looks like, beach sand. So we're just going to keep mix it around, get everything nice and clean. So I'm going to pretty much do this. It's probably going to take a little longer before I can completely get it all done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and then I'll let you guys know when I'm finished. Alright guys, so I have all of the sand mixed around, the new and the old. So this is what it looks like. And what I do is I always try to even it out completely out of the whole tank. So that's probably why it looks so evenly right here in the front and all around the sides and the back and in the middle. So everything is completely even because I'm OCD like that, so I like stuff like that. So that is what it looks like. So the next thing I like to do is clean up the sides and get all that extra sand off after I'm mixing it. So all I do is just take my spray bottle, spray all the sides, and even the front sides too. And plus it gives you a little extra water inside for the sand. And then I just take a nice plain dry paper towel and then just completely wipe down the sides. So it gets all the extra sand off, and then plus you're cleaning the tank sides completely, so they'll be nice and clean. And this is so much new stuff for Max because he has never seen me do this before. So he's just chilling out and watching me go back and forth with the paper towel. So he's so silly. See, he's trying to figure out what it is. Like, what are you doing? I've never seen this before. But, yep. So that is pretty much what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and do all 4 sides. And then I will come back and start putting everything back inside and getting this thing pretty much finished up. Alright guys, I am completely finished. So the inside is finished. We have the substrate nice and moist like beach sand. And we have all the sides pretty much wiped down and cleaned to get all the sand off. So the next thing I like to do before I put everything back in there, I go ahead and spray down the tank. So it's pretty much set to go before I put all the stuff in. So we're just going to spray all the sides off. And then also when I'm doing the cleaning, the deep cleaning, I don't unplug my heaters. I leave them on. So it'll be easier for it to stay nice and high in humidity in here for the hermit crabs already. So I try to keep them on while I'm cleaning the tank. So then when I start spraying, it will start getting nice and warm in here for them. So as you guys can see, you can tell that they are on because the walls are getting a little cloudy. So we'll go ahead and spray this side, the front a little bit, just enough. And then I usually spray down the substrate a little bit more before I put everything in. So I'd go ahead and do that, and then once I put everything in, then I will spray it one more time, and then it'll be good. So the very first thing we're going ahead and put in is usually I try to put in this decoration first because I have to really dig down completely all down to the bottom to get it to go in. Because this thing is so tall to the point where if I put the lid on, it will stick up the lid a little bit, and you don't want the hermit crabs getting out. So I try to push it all the way down to the bottom if I can. So this one always goes in first. So we're going to go ahead and put this in first. I'm going to try to do it on camera, but we'll see how well that works out. But so what I'll do is just, and I'm getting sand everywhere again. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I always put the back side like here. So basically I just go like this, move it back and forth until it gets pretty much deep down. And that's usually where it stops. So it's perfectly, so hermit crabs can still come on all the way on the top, and then the lid is still good enough where they can still move around. So once I get done with that part, I usually just cover the holes that you see from me making to dig down all the way down. So I try to cover some of the holes for them. So get the other side too. So that is pretty much what that is. So that is the very first decoration that is inside of the tank. So, alright, that's the very first thing. The next thing I put back in the tank will be the cave, because that always goes in the middle. So we put that back in there. Pretty much just like that. That I really don't have to do anything but just set it in there. So it's pretty nice. And then we just make sure the sides are filled up with sand. Nice opening and stuff like that. Sometimes I move the sand a little bit. just to make it look like it's covered. Alright, so that's pretty much what that is so far. So they have a climbing area, they have a little cave where they can climb on top, and then also go inside to hide. And then in this corner is where the nice little tall tree thing goes. And this thing is very tall. It's probably as tall as that thing. So this thing, I literally have to dig down completely, all the way down to get it in there, because it will stick almost up to the top where the lid goes. So this one, I usually dig a nice huge hole, just like that, so I can just set it in there and be done, and it's a lot easier to do it that way. So alright, let's see if I can do this on camera. So we're just gonna put this in there. So we'll just set it down in the hole. So that's pretty much what that looks like. And then all the sand that's extra on the top, all I do is just push it to make sure it's nice and covered so it stays sturdy for the hermit crabs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and fix a little bit of this, and then I'll come back. Alright, so everything is pretty much simple. This is the 3 big things that I have to put in there. So those are pretty much done. And now we got this plant, and this one just sits on here just like this, just to make it look more like foresty like for the hermit crabs, and to make it look more like, just to make it look nicer for them, more greeny, natural for their Crabitat. And I like it because it looks perfectly, and it looks nice over the cave for them to climb on top and even hide back there if they want to. So I like that. So this is a nice size plant that I absolutely love. I got this on Amazon if you're looking for it. And it looks perfect. I can see the temperature is actually going up. So, but since I have these 3 or 4 things in here, I go ahead and spray again. There we go. So those are all sprayed down. This is pretty much finished right here. Nice hideout and hideaway for them. And then the next thing I will do is the fun part, is this nice long stick that I got from outside of my mom's backyard. And they absolutely love this thing because they can climb on it all the time. And it's nice thing for them to have like a second level to climb up and get a little higher when they want to. So I need to move the light to this direction, because this is the fun part of getting this in here. So usually I stick it through here and try to squeeze it in. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Let's see how far I can get. But, okay, so I'm not gonna be able to do it on camera with one hand, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this and I'll come back. Alright guys, so I went on ahead and finished up a little bit because this is going to be a very long video, so I wanted to go ahead and just finish the next little 3 or 4 things that I had left to do. So the only thing else I put in here was I cleaned out their food bowl and put nice fresh food in here, and then I'm also going to give them some blueberries and strawberries in a little bit. I just got to put them like right there on the side, another bowl. But this is their main food that they always get, is hermit crab food from the hermitcrabpatch.com. It's the dirt stuff that's right there, and then the stuff up there in the front right there is the hermit crab food, regular hermitcrabpatch.com. These are chopped up almonds that I just squish, and then we get cranberries and then walnuts. So that is basically what they usually eat. And I give them also strawberries and blueberries. And then the next thing I did was just did their water bowls. The one that's cloudy looking is their salt water, and then their fresh water. And then I went on ahead and put the stick in there, so that's what that looks like. And then this is what it looks like in the tank. And then the last thing I did was just put their other plant that looks exactly like this, but I just stretched it out around this little climbing thing because they absolutely love climbing on this thing. And I thought this would be a nice way for them to hide in here if they wanted to, another way of hiding. So I just wrap it pretty much around this thing, and then it just makes it actually look like a tree. So that's why I thought that was pretty cool. I have been doing this for a little while now since I have got these plants, and I think it looks absolutely wonderful and so cute in here. And it makes it look so nice. It just makes it more natural looking inside of the tank, and I absolutely love that because they have a tree right here. They have their cave, a plant, their nice climbing stick that they can climb on. And then they also have this like tree branch looking thing. And then their other plant that's on top that makes it actually look like another real tree looking. So I absolutely love it. Let's cover some of these holes I see. But that is pretty much everything what the Hermit Crab tank looks like after I deep clean it completely. The last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and spray one more time in here, especially by where the heat is, because then it will make it nice and humid in here for them. So that's pretty much what we do. I spray a little bit on the sides, pretty much everywhere. But that is what it looks like. Now the fun part is going to go ahead and put the Hermit Crabs back in here, and then I'll give you guys a few minutes to actually watch them walk around and explore the little new clean home. So let's go ahead and put the very first one in here is Coconut. Here's Coconut. So we put him in there. So he's right there. Let's see where he goes first. He'll probably start running because he sees me. He's going to go sneak under there. So he's pretty much going to go hide already. The next one, oh, like I said, the one that's right there in the corner is actually out. The one that lost both of his legs. So I'm going to try to pick him up so you guys can see what he looks like. But let's go ahead and get the other ones. So we got Purple Pincher. Put that one in there. So that's what that one looks like. So we'll see where that one goes. So he's going to go ahead underneath where... Oh, and then I put the shells in there. I forgot to... Alright guys, so here is what it looks like after I deep clean the Crabitat. Everything is nice and clean, the humidity is up, and all the Hermit Crabs are walking around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!